Morning. The sky holds a steady blue. Offshore, the water contracts. A slow breathing. The filtration towers cycle with quiet authority, the surface darkening, then clearing. On land, the heat accumulates, pressing down as if sealing the terrain. The air is thin, tasting of salt. Farinata lies in a beach chair, headphones on, eyes closed. In front of her, the sea moves in controlled waves, light breaking across the surface. Beyond them, the towers carry no sound. A shadow crosses her face. She opens one eye. Minos stands over her, blocking the sun, a long, ridiculous length of driftwood balanced over one shoulder. "You're in the way," she says. "You're in the way," Minos repeats. "This is important work." She pulls one side of the headphones down and sits up. Minos steps past her and plants the driftwood upright near the waterline. He adjusts it once. Farinata watches him for a moment. "What are you making? It looks like a wedding thing." "That's not what weddings look like," Minos says. "They do if you don't invite anyone." He glances around. "See, I have plenty of guests," Minos says. He gestures with his chin toward the host, who stands glistening in the white sun. Farinata shades her eyes. "What sort of guest is that?" Minos doesn't look. "Maybe a solar-powered vampire," he says. "Very exclusive. The sort of guest who doesn't require a chair." Farinata lifts her hand when she sees us. She smiles, quick, immediate. Our feet sink into the sand by the waterline. Karen walks a little ahead. I follow. "You guys are here," she says. "Good. Now we're all here." Look at him. Minos found a purpose. God help him. He rubs his face. "I shouldn't have had that last drink." "No, but you did. I just put some wood together." "Exactly. You built your own mistake." Minos closes his eyes for a second, then gives in. He turns back to us, his voice dropping into a serious tone. "Do you promise?" he asks. "For better or worse?" "Till death," Alecto says, with a sudden enthusiasm. They kiss quickly and badly. Someone claps. Farinata gives a small bow as the structure collapses in on itself. Minos looks past them, out at the water. He remains, eyes on the horizon. "Anyway," he says softly, "I think I'm going out." He glances back with a brief smile. "This was fun." Then turns and heads for the ocean. Farinata watches him go, then looks at me. A small gesture with her mouth. "Go with him," she says. "Make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. And don't let him disappear." Behind us, Alecto lowers herself into a chair. She squints her eyes. "I'm not rescuing either of you," she says. The water rises to my waist, then higher. Distance opens between us. I keep moving. The beach pulls away. We swim until the shore is a thin line. Soon the water gets colder, the temperature dropping in a single, sharp step. Minos dips into a swell, drives forward, and comes up several meters ahead. Above, a white bird banks against the wind. Its shadow a dark, flickering blade across the surface. I take a breath, then follow. Below, the seabed is clear enough to make out. Sand stretches in pale, shallow grooves. Small fish flick through the light and vanish. Something silver flashes past my shoulder. A few scattered shells sit half-buried, their edges catching the light. He stays ahead, not turning. The grooves begin to soften, fewer marks. It ends without transition. The bottom goes quiet, just a clean cut. Minos passes over it. I stop at the edge, treading water. The light adjusts. The surface flattens into a bright sheet. Then it darkens. Something moves below him, too fast to track. Gone. A pulse moves through the water. Pressure locks around my chest. Then I snap upright, dragging air in. The room wavers, then stabilizes. White lights, glass wall. Beyond it, the shoreline of Bay 12 stretches out, the same water, the same low horizon. "You're back." The host stands at the bedside. One hand rests against the frame. "We were a little concerned." I hold my head. "Where are the others?" I ask. "They are completing the first cycle," he says. "You almost drowned before it began." "Let me steady you." I cut him off. "You started without me?" Beyond the glass, a row of sealed beds lines the far end of the room. The others lie inside, each enclosed, the cycle still running. A low hum fills the room. Their breathing, barely visible. I slide half upright on the edge of the bed. The host reaches a hand out to steady me, then stops as I manage on my own. The weakness passes quicker than it should. "You were out for most of the day. They didn't wait, so we kept it going while you were in care." Through the glass, I see movement. Minos moves first. "You're awake," the host says, his voice carried through the room. "My head feels quite strange," someone says. "Did it work?" "First cycle is done," the host says. He looks across them, one by one. "We're beginning to succeed. You remember both sides now, don't you?" "Then why isn't it done?" someone asks. "That is as far as it can be taken in one pass," the host explains. "If you attempt to carry the rest through at the same time, the separation does not hold, and awareness remains." "What do you mean?" "You don't cut the cord," Alecto says. "If he's still in your head, it didn't work." She nods toward the host. "The copy knows it's a copy. Do you want to live like that?" The host moves between the beds. "We'll change the scenery," it says. "The light, your form. Eventually you'll stop looking for the exit and accept the limits of your own skin." Minos glances at me. "Children's pool next time." I shrug. Filippo glances towards us, already on his feet. He crosses to a low rack along the wall. A row of identical track shoes. He pulls a pair free. Alecto steps up beside him. She slips into a pair. No one speaks. The host moves to the next bed. As he passes, the monitoring sensors retract into the ceiling, following his pace. Farinata turns away from the others, toward the windows overlooking the beach. "Scrap it," she says. "Next time, we do it right." Wide, offshore. The filtration tower stands, anchored, still against the tide. Rain hammers the metal. Water enters at its base in steady sheets and disappears inside. A pale human skull moves with the intake. It meets the machinery inside. There is a quick, dry snap, then nothing. White fragments disperse into the flow. The water flows on.